Good evening, everyone. How are you doing? Come on in. Welcome to tonight's Transformational Talk with Coach VJ. This is part two of last week's talk on letting go, embracing change. And tonight we're going to be talking about the blueprint for your life. So I'm going to give a few people an opportunity to come on in and we're going to get started. Good evening, everyone. Let me know that you are here. Say hello in the comments. Say hello in the comments. Welcome to tonight's talk. Again, the blueprint for your personal vision. So everybody know based on the posts I've been sending out. Good evening, Sharon. Thank you for joining tonight. And based on the posts that I've been putting out there, I've told you to go ahead and get your paper and pen out. Good evening, Deidre. Thank you for joining. How you doing this evening? I just love to see your names pop up. I tell you, thank you so much for taking out the time tonight to join. If you're just joining, go ahead and say hello. If you choose not to say hello, that's fine too. If you just want to peep your head in for a minute, that's fine too. Share with those who you believe that really need to plan out their life for sure. This is an excellent personal vision plan for your life. And it doesn't matter how old or young you are, you're never too old to discover your purpose and to walk into your purpose in life. And you're never too young to get started. I'm so passionate about people finding out their gift and their value and what God have created them to do in life. So come on in, share with your family and friends, and we're going to go ahead and get started. It's 7:03. So as you're joining, good evening, Don. Thank you so much for joining. Glad you are here this evening. So come on in, share with your family and friends if you believe that they would benefit from this topic, or just have them to watch the replay. Whatever's convenient. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. And as I stated last week, this is not going to really be much of a talk. It's really going to be me just providing instructions and providing you some guidance as it relates to the blueprint of your personal vision plan. What does that look like? And if you see me looking to the right, I actually have my tablet up and my own personal vision plan up. Let me put my passcode back in. But I have my own personal vision available so I can give examples. If anyone have any questions, this is what tonight is all about. Any questions that you may have as you begin to start to write out your plan. So again, this is just a paper and pen, and this is just me actually just showing you the questions. And the point I was about to make is that I can't, say or require or put out anything out there to you guys that I haven't done myself. So that's why I wanted to make sure that I had my plan done prior to tonight, so I could, again, give you guys examples if you have any questions about anything. Good evening, Deborah. Thank you so much for joining. I guess Bella is not with you. I guess Bella is still partying from her birthday yesterday. So thank you for joining. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. As I said, I'm being mindful of the time. As people come in, just say hello. I see your comments. I will see your questions as you have them. But again, just make sure, if nothing else, you have your paper and pen ready, okay? So let me go ahead and pull up the presentation. And I will let everybody know too, if you want a copy of this presentation when I am done with it, just drop it in the comments and say, I do. Or message me and let me know you want to get a copy of this, so you can be able to really sit down and just really review all of the wording and all of the questions for yourself, so you can have it and then you can be able to go through it on your personal time, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. So again, what we're talking about tonight, I always like for us to, good evening, Dee Dee, thank you for joining. I always like to give a scripture or some point of reference or inspiration. And, for a lot of us, the Bible is that's our plan. That's our book of record, right? That's what we, live by. So again, drawing solid blueprints for your life. So commit to the Lord, whatever you do, and your plans will succeed. That's Proverbs 16:3. So we're talking about our plan, our personal vision. So let's go ahead and look at what that looks like. So I want to start off by saying that, most of us, what we tend to do is that we try to construct our lives without any real thought or planning. As I said last week, it's very dangerous to live your life spontaneously. Not saying that you can't do spontaneous things, but when it comes to really planning out your life and really having a vision of your life, you really want to have a plan, something written out. And, I gave the example, it's like a contractor who is trying to construct a building without a blueprint, right? That wouldn't make any sense. So you want to also not plan your life or build your life without a plan. And so as a result, our lives, will be out of balance, will be unreliable. There will be a lot of things that will go on without us really being thoughtful about, our plan, our personal vision that we have for ourselves. Okay. So discovering and implementing your personal vision is a process of learning about yourself. This is what this process is really about as you build, right? Growing in a relationship with the knowledge of your Lord and your Creator, and continually fine tuning your understanding of your vision that God has given you personally. So, as I tell a lot of people, a lot of my clients, a lot of workshops that I do, and a lot of things that I do, I say, when it comes to self reflection or something like you writing your personal vision or a plan, you want to make sure it's something that you review on a regular basis, at least every 6 months at minimum. I try to tell people if you can do it once a month, if you can do it at least every 3 months, that I would really strongly recommend that. But at the very least, at least 6 months, right? Of really setting aside some time to block out your time and pray and really reevaluate where you are in relation to your vision. You don't want to get to the end of the year every year and look back and say, man, the same plans I made in January of last year, still didn't get those accomplished. But why? Why do we live every year, year after year, month after month, and we are still not being committed to our goals? And again, a lot of times it's because we don't even know what it is. We don't have a personal vision. We don't have a plan. We don't know, right? So again, if you're going to make a plan, if you're going to set goals, or for some, if you have a vision board, whatever it is personally for you, you want to make sure it's something that you're kind of checking, doing an evaluation, or doing a self check to really see, where am I, right? Where am I in as it relates to my goals, right? So again, small steps. You want to make the progress in small bite sizes. But again, look at what you're doing as you're planning. So one of the things is that, one of the things you will do, you're either add or you'll take away from some elements of your plan, as God continues to shift you or refine you and understanding what your purpose is. A lot of things are going to be added and taken away in that process. So again, that's why it's so important to check on your plan often. And eventually you will begin to see this is the real thing, right? However, if you never write it out, right, and really see what it is, then there's no direction, right? There is nothing that God will have to direct you in. There's no direction. If you don't have a plan and you don't have a desire in your heart, then how can God give you direction on what you need to do in the plan that you have thought out for yourself? So my hope is that you will stop and really construct your life right where it is. Go back. And if you haven't, if you've already have done some things or said some things that you haven't committed to, go back and really draw up a solid blueprint, based on hopefully what we're going to talk about tonight that will lead you where you want to go into your life. So that's what my hope is for everyone tonight that's watching or watching the replay. So it's time to write down your personal vision plan. So I've given you enough time, hopefully, to go ahead and get your paper and pen out and get ready to write this personal vision plan out and what it entails. So for some, this may be your first time ever writing it out. And if I have to be honest with everybody, I have never written out a detailed vision plan such as what I'm going to describe to you tonight. So it really took me a good, probably hour to really sit down with myself and really write this plan out. And I was very happy that, wow, I have finally done this for myself. Yes, I've set goals. Yes, I've accomplished them, but I've never have written out a thought-provoking plan for my life, right? We plan for trips, we plan for school, we plan for our careers, but it's something about us that don't take the time to really plan for our life. Wouldn't you agree? So again, this may be the first time, that you're doing this length of a process. So, be kind to yourself. And then there's some people who are, very astute and they have their plan already and laid out, right? But it's also okay to look at based on what you already have. If you've already written your plan for this year, take a look at it and revise it accordingly based on maybe some of the things that I'm going to share with you tonight, if that applies to you, right? Because everybody's vision is personal. So let's look at step one. So eliminate distractions. So you want to be able to sit down somewhere by yourself. If you have small kids like me, you either want to do it when they're not here or when they're asleep. So I did it while they were asleep. And so you don't want any distractions. So no TV, turn your phones off and really just take time to really have a personal appointment with yourself. Even set it on the calendar. You're going to make time for Coach BJ and say, I'm going to really write down this plan. So set some time aside to really develop your plan. Step two of this is find your true self. And until you truly know who you are and why God created you, you're going to be simply confused and you're going to be experimenting. So you're going to say, I like this. And what I like to tell people a lot of times, especially for a lot of people who are trying to figure it out, so they may get into this business or they may go on this job, or, they find themselves jumping in and out of situations all the time, right? And they're grabbing apples and they're reaching and they're reaching and they're reaching for something. And then, oh, I did this. Well, that didn't work out. So, all right, let me try the next thing. That didn't work out. So let me try the next thing. And they're constantly experimenting versus really sitting down, creating a personal vision for themselves and say, what do I really want? What do I really desire? Right. So that's what step two is about, finding your true self. So not really dibbling and dabbling in this and experimenting in this and just being all over the place and not really having any clear direction. And this plan is I'm hoping that this plan will really give you, that direction and that focus to really just really identify what it is you need to be doing. So answering the following questions is what, we're looking at. And I will tell you that, this is not my plan. This is actually a plan that is a part of one of my devotionals that I read by Dr. Miles Monroe. And I just found it to be the very best personal vision plan I've ever seen. I've seen several, but this is the best one that I found. So again, if you haven't seen this already or have the devotional book that I have, then I wanted to be able to share this with you because it's very thought-provoking for you to really be able to write this down. So again, this will help give you clarity and confidence regarding your personal identity. So first of all, you want to ask yourself the question, who am I? And I know a lot of times, a lot of people would like to say, I am, you just give your first and last name, right? And so who am I goes a lot deeper than that. It's not about, your name or what do you do, which is probably going to be coming up next, right? So it's not about your occupation. Who are you? Truly, really sit with yourself and figure out who you are, right? The next question is, who am I in relation to God, your creator, right? Who am I in relation to my creator? Where do I come from as a person? Where do I come from? And it's not just my mother's womb, right? But where do I come from as a person? Who am I? And the last one on this one is, how have I been created like my source? Good evening, darling. Glad you came on tonight. I will give you the title of the devotional book. I will definitely do that. So how have I been created like my source, right? And I said to see Genesis chapter 1, 26 to 28. Hi, Angel. Thank you for joining. Good evening. Holla, John. Thank you for joining. So why am I here? So I'm going to give you a couple of examples before we move on as to what I stated about myself. Okay. And so for those who came on, I'm a little late. I said, if I keep looking to the right, it's because I'm actually giving examples to help you write your plan based on what I wrote in my plan. So a couple of things that I wrote was, as far as who am I finally have realized that I am a daughter of the King of Heaven who lives on earth to serve as God's ambassador, to be used as a vessel to restore the kingdom on earth back to him. So that is my answer to who am I. Who am I as it relates to the creator? I am the king's daughter made in my creator's image. Where do I come from as a person? I come from the kingdom of heaven. That's where I come from. And how have I been created like my source? So God created me to be like himself, to have dominion and be the queen over the earth and bring into my control as God does for the kingdom of heaven. So those are my answers. Everybody answers are going to be different. It's personal to you. But again, those are my answers and what I wrote about myself, right? And who am I in relation to my creator? So let's move on to the next page. And again, for those of you who came on, if you have any questions, or anything as it relates to some of these, as you begin to write down your personal plan. Again, just put them in the chat. I can see your comments as I'm also looking at the presentation as well. Okay. So one of the things you want to do is write out a personal purpose statement and ask yourself, what is my reason for existence as a human being and as an individual? So you may be able to answer this question only after you have completed some of the other steps that we're going to go by. However, you may also want to write the answer now and then compare it to what you think later is what you want to do as we go through the rest of the questions. So let's look at finding your true vision. So here's step 3. So finding your true vision. So prayerfully answering the following questions, you'll be amazed at the way God will begin to open up your mind to his purpose and his vision for you. So you'll begin to see things that you've never seen before. So you will write them down, read them over. You want to think about them and you want to pray about them and begin to formulate ideas of what you really want out of life. So let's look at some of these. So ask yourself, what do I want to do with my life? What am I inspired to do? What would I want to do more than anything else, even if I was never paid for it? What do I love to do so much that I forget to eat or sleep? LaJohn, I think about you being on here and about how you're such a great artist, right? And that's probably something you want to do more than anything else. Even if you didn't get paid for it, it's just something that you love to do. And I see your work on Facebook. Also, allow yourself to think freely. Don't put any limitations of time or money or on your vision, because many of us are influenced by others' opinions of us and by our own false expectations of ourselves. It may take you a little time to discover what you really want, preserve through the process, and dig down to deep to find truly what your desires are, right? And for those who came on later, as I said, if you want a copy of this presentation, so you can really sit down with yourself and develop your plan, again, put it in the chat and say, I do, or message me and let me know you want a copy of this. And I'll be more than happy to send this to you after the presentation is over, okay? So let's move on. So discover your true motivation. A vision from God is never selfish. It will always help or uplift others in some type of way. So it is designed to make the lives of mankind better and to improve society. It inspires and builds up others. So when you're thinking about, discovering your purpose and what you are really here for and writing out your personal vision plan, you really want to discover what is your true motivation, right? And I'm hoping that it's not selfish. It's not just for money. It's not just for your own personal benefit, right? You want to make sure that what you're doing, you're going to bring value to someone. And what I always like to tell people is, what problem are you solving? Who are you? How can you answer the call to somebody's prayer, right? So whatever your gift and whatever God has bestowed inside of you, you want to make sure that it's also benefiting others. It's going to automatically gratify you because it's already a gift inside of you that you have pleasure doing. So like for me, it's being a life coach, right? It's been a coaching others. It's helping people expand and grow and find their personal purpose, right? So they can help this world be a better place. So that's what I'm truly passionate about. So ask yourself the following and write down your answers. How does my vision help others? So once you've written down the first part, right, some of the other questions a few minutes ago, so you want to also identify, how does my vision help others? Which piggybacks off of what I just said. You want to make sure that your vision or what you're trying to do is not a selfish thing, right? You want to make sure that it's going to benefit others. What is the motivation for your vision? What is motivating you? And what do I want to do? I think I put that twice. What do I want to do? Right. So that's a typo. Can I accomplish my vision and still have integrity? So I'm going to kind of switch over here too and just kind of share with you what I wrote in this area as well. So let me go there. I think I skipped over some of this. So So, how does my vision help others? So, I said my vision to help others is the gift that keeps on giving, meaning once they discover and operate in their gift, then they are able to serve or solve the next person's problem and so on. What is the motivation for my vision? I put to serve others and see them live in a healthy and happy way. My next one is why I want to do what I want to do. It's because I see the value in people being free and getting to do what they do versus what they have to do. And that is one of my biggest pain points. I really hate to see people live day after day, week after week, year after year, month after month, just going to a job or even running their business. And it's something they're not happy doing. It could have been a business that they took over from their family and they feel guilty if they don't take over the family business, but you're living a life where you're doing something that's not purposeful, it's not making you happy, and you're not free. You're in bondage, right? In your career, you're in bondage in all of the things that you're doing. The next question was, can I accomplish my vision and still have integrity? And I put absolutely. With what I have in my vision, I can definitely operate in integrity. That's the only way for me to operate is in integrity. So let's look at step 5, right? So the principles for life today is let's look at these next steps. So identify your principles. So your principles are your philosophy of life. So in other words, they are how you intend to conduct yourself during your life. So you must clarify what you will and won't do. That's what you got to clarify. What what you just won't do. And some people won't even write that down what they won't do. Like what is it that you will and won't do, right? These principles are your guides for living, doing business, relating to other people, and relating to your life. You must settle them in your heart and mind so that you will have standards to live by. So again, you want to identify those principles and really focus on what are some of the things that you won't do, you will do. And it's to me, in a sense, it's creating healthy boundaries. And therefore, if you already know what you will and won't do, that will scratch off a lot of things as you write down your vision and write down some of the things that you want to do. What do you believe that you've been purposed to do, and what is motivating you to serve others? So, step 6, choose your goals and objectives, right? Goals are the steps necessary to fulfill your vision. What practical things do you need to do to accomplish your dream? What are some of those things that you need to do to accomplish your dream, right? So, we're going to look at what that looks like. So goals are clear markers, and I'm sure everybody has have heard of SMART goals, right? Specific, measurable, actionable, reasonable, and Lord, I forgot. Hold up. Specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. Sorry, I forgot the T. Time bound, right? So goals are clear markers that indicate where you need to go. Write out your goals. Objectives are detailed steps of goals. They determine when you want things to happen. You must be very clear and separate what you need to do, when you need to do it, and where you want to go. So, for example, if you want to open up a hair salon, for instance, and one of your goals is to go to school to learn how to do hair, some of the objectives you will be would be for you to choose what type of school you want to go to, fill out the application, and start your classes, right? So you gotta, again, what do you want to do? You gotta clearly have direction as to how you want to achieve that specific goal. So again, objectives should include specific timetables. So write out your objectives and put a time against it so you can have something to achieve. If you just automatically write out, I want to open up my own hair salon, and then you have no other objectives beside it, then okay, what's going to hold you accountable? So those steps that you write down is what holds you accountable to that. Okay. So identifying your resources. So once you have identified your goals, so now it's the resources. So you need to, what resources do you need to accomplish your vision, right? So identify your human needs. What is that? So what help do you need from others to fulfill your vision? What kind of personal associations do you need to have and not have? Identify your resource needs. What kind of resources do you need, right, to fulfill your vision? So don't worry about how large it seems, but just be able to write those things down, right? What do you need? And I will give you an example of mine on this as well. So you can kind of have an idea. And of course, this will always be out here for the replay. So even if you forget some of the things that I mentioned, then therefore you will be able to come back and look at the replay and pause and do what you need to do on there. Um, so what help do I need to fulfill my vision? So for me, a couple of things that I'm planning on doing this year. One of my three top goals is, which I didn't really know I was going to be doing, is writing a book this year. So one of the things I would need is for someone to really proofread it and arrange the content for people who want to buy it, right? I'm not an expert in the area, so I will need someone to help me. And I've identified some people, so I'll be able to have some mentors in the area who are authors already and who have written books and who can help me in that space. I'm also and have been in the process of developing an app, which should be finished next month, sometime next month. And so I need help completing some of the template information that I need. So I'm working on that. I'm going to need a human, again, a coach or a mentor to help me complete that. And then also working with the larger population, because currently I have one-on-one clients that I have in my coaching practice, and I also have some business clients. But one of the things that I don't do a good job of is I don't do a good job of promoting my business. I really don't mention my business a lot. I just get clients on the back end from referrals and whatever the case may be. But I'm going to try to do better by that. That's one of the things that I want to work on as well. But I want to really work on in the population of the school system with educators, which I actually work with now. And then I also want to look at the healthcare industry because I want to really help people, who are burnt out, whether it's from, education with the students or, again, with the healthcare professionals that are really burnt out with, a lot of the stuff that's going on right now. So I really want to work with them. So I will need to make connections, human connections with people that are in those industries to see if I can make connections on how I will be able to help. Okay. So, what kind of personal associations do I need to have? So I put the personal associations I need to have is those who have been called with their gift or expertise to help move my vision forward, and the personal associations I don't need to have. Who I don't need to have are those people who cause distractions or who do not support my vision. So I would just say those are the people that I need to have, and those who okay, you said, I see, Don. You said, why? Never mind. Okay, got it. So again, those that I again need to associate with, and I don't need to associate with anyone who's going to cause distractions or someone who don't support my vision. Why be around them? And it really doesn't matter who it is, whether it's your spouse or family member or someone close to you. Then that means that you need to focus on and be able to set aside some time to focus on your vision and or connect with people that will support your goals. Okay. So, what kind of resources do I need to fulfill my vision? I put financial resources to continue to incorporate the book and the app and everything else in order for that to move forward. Financial resources, mentors and sponsors, influencers with integrity. And I put influencers with integrity for a reason, because you can have influencers, but if they don't have integrity, I don't want that to be a part of my brand and who I am. Marketing and branding, selling platforms to sell my app and my books. People willing to give me the opportunity to serve, right? I said I want to work with the larger population in the healthcare industry and the school system. So again, I need those people who are out there and praying that they'll be willing to give me the opportunity to serve in the capacity and the gift that God has given me. So those are some examples, and this is my real life, vision that I'm sharing with you guys, or whatever, some of the answers to these questions. So again, once you sit down with yourself, you can really understand and know how to answer some of these questions or really be thought provoking on some of these things. So the next thing you want to do is write down your strengths and what are your gifts? What do you know your gifts to be right now? Okay. So what do you know you're good at? Write down those answers and then, make plans to refine your strength. Okay. So for example, if your vision requires that you must speak before large groups of people, you have to start stepping out and doing it. You don't know what you can do until you have to do it. Some amazing gifts come out of people when they are under pressure. And I will give my personal testimony. A lot of people may think like it's easy or it's like okay to say, oh, I'm going live. And I've shared this with people personally. And even on my lives, I said that, I'm not one to really to go live, right? But it's my gift. And I can't just be in my house, just holding on to something that God has given me. So however I'm going to get the word out, whatever he puts on my heart to share, I want to be able to do that with the people that, take the time to come on every time I let you guys know that I'm coming on live with whatever topic it may be. You're showing up, right? And so if you're showing up, I want to be able to deliver and give you, what God has given me. But if you would ask me if I like to just say, hey, I'm out here, I'm live and I'm this, no, I would just say that would be a negative no. But at the end of the day, if I'm going to help somebody, I can't help anybody behind closed doors. I can't help anyone with the computer off. I can't help anyone. I just can't help, right? So that's my own personal struggle. And actually, Don Love that's on here, I actually had an opportunity to do one of her workshops called For Women Finding Their Fortitude. And that was actually one of the largest crowds that I've ever spoken in front of. And that was like 65 people, right? So this very example that I'm giving is my own personal thing, right? Me speaking in front of a lot of people, like I'm always kind of go on my shell to say, okay, so it's just something that, again, I have to step out there and overcome that, right? So that's one of my own personal things that I have to get better at. Again, I can't share my gift behind closed doors. So I have to be bold, and confidence is one of my words, and confident in, not being fearful, because there's nothing to be afraid of, right? So everybody who knows me or have been coached by me, I'm very transparent. I don't come on here acting like I'm perfect because I'm not. So I love sharing and being transparent about my own struggles and what I deal with, right? And so the very things that I'm working on. So write down your weaknesses. So I guess that led straight into my weaknesses, right? What does your vision need that you aren't good at, right? Or something that you, again, are limiting yourself. So you need to kind of step out on faith and really, do what you need to do to promote your gift. So don't be ashamed of your weaknesses, because everyone has something he or she is not good at. However, you must identify them, because God will supply other people to do what you cannot do towards your vision. Right. And if for us Bible, knowledge people out there, right, look at Moses and Aaron, right? Moses felt very uncomfortable with, leading. So God, brought him his brother Aaron to be able to speak on his behalf, because he felt some kind of way. So God will still use you, but he will also have those people that you can connect with that will help bring out your gift and he will help supply what he has inside of you. Okay. And I hope this is really helping someone and really making sense as to the stuff that I'm sharing, tonight. So again, remember, you need other people in your life, because your vision cannot be fulfilled by you alone. So you want to commit to your vision. And I really want to say that it is because people think we are an island, and we're not alone, and we need people. But the thing that we need to do is we need to connect to the right people. And we need to make sure that we're praying about the connections that we have with people, because the very people that you connect yourself, it can be a very harmful connection, or it can be to your benefit, right? So you have to pray and ask God for the spirit of discernment, so you can really know who you should be connected to, because everybody that look good on paper, everybody that look good on the computer, everybody that look good is not good for you, right? So you want to make sure that you're being very prayerful about that. So now we're coming to the concluding step in writing out your vision plan. Step 8, commit to your vision. You will never fulfill your vision if you are not committed to it. You will never, ever fulfill your vision if you're not committed to it. You will need to make a specific decision that you are going to follow through, acknowledging that God may refine your plans as he leads you through the process. Right? So you have to commit to your vision. And it goes right back to the scripture that I gave you at the beginning, Proverbs 16:3, right? So remember, commit your vision to God on a regular basis. Proverbs 16:3 says, commit to the Lord whatever you do, and your plans will succeed. They will succeed. I promise you. I am living proof, and I'm a living witness that I have made commitments, and I have worked the plan and the vision that I have written down, and have seen God manifest the very desires of my heart. And so I will let you know that I am a living testimony, and I'm here to tell you that it works. You just have to commit to it, and you have to work your plan. So again, be smart and commit to your vision. Commit your vision to God. And remember, God will bring your vision to fulfillment. And that's what I want to share with you. And one of the things that I did not put on here is something that I did in addition to writing a plan that I want to share with you, is that one of the other helpful things that you can do is not only just be sporadic in writing down your plans, But one of the things that I did was also I wrote out so the connections, you write out the people who you need to connect with. You also want to write out a vision for every aspect of your life. So just don't stop at, excuse me, just don't stop at just writing down vision and just being scatterbrained. So if you want to break it down even further, break down a financial vision. What is your financial vision? Whether it's I want to, make X amount of money a month, right? But when you say that, you want to be able to say, and here's how I'm going to do it. Right. So you can't just put a number out there, but then don't have a well thought out plan on how you're going to reach that goal. Because if you work that plan, it will be fulfilled. A health goal, it might be losing weight. It may be, I need to tone up. I've lost the amount of weight that I want, but I need to tone up, or I need to eat healthier, or I need to do whatever that may. What are your health goals, right? And health is just not about food or losing weight. It's about your mental wellness. It's your spiritual wellness. You want to have a goal in all aspects of your life. You want to have a vision plan. Your spiritual wellness. You want to have a vision for your spiritual wellness, your career or your business. You want to have something there. You want to have something, for your relationships, right? Your relational, right? Whether it's love, whether it's relationship, how you relate to people, right? How do you make connections? Because again, no man is an island, and you want to make sure that you're making thought-provoking connections with the people that you are looking to have mentor you or be a part of the vision that you write out for yourself. Okay. And so, as always, I'm 7 minutes over tonight, but I want to thank you for watching. I want to also remind you, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, underscore Coach BJ. And also check out the Positive Mindset in Minutes videos that I post on my YouTube channel every Monday at noon. You can get those. And actually this past Monday kind of coincided with this talk. Is that not last Monday, but the one that's coming up is really coinciding with how do you be accountable to your goals? How do you be accountable to the full thought out plan that you wrote out for yourself? Have everybody have their words, right? So I'm going to talk about some words that you can pull out from your plan that you can commit to, so you can continue to hold yourself accountable. So don't forget to check out those Positive Mindset in Minute videos that I post on Mondays. And I'm going to ask you to join me next week for Transformational Talks, Ask the Expert. I'm going to have Dr. Sherry Sharper on. She is a career coach and HR consultant. So she's going to be talking about successful job searches, strengthening during the pandemic. So for those of you who have been laid off, you want a career change, you want to look at business, you want to look at some different things. She's going to be sharing a lot of great advice. She is very well grounded with her clients. She is great. I mean, they get the job, they get everything that they're looking for by working with her. So if this is a topic that speaks to you, if you know anyone who is trying to look for a job, need a coach, need someone who's going to really help give some advice and some tips on, how to search for jobs and all of those great things, please join me back here next Thursday, January 21st at 7:00 p.m. with Dr. Sherry Sharper, for her to really be able to provide these details to you. Anika, thank you so much for watching. I did not recognize you earlier. Absolutely. Judith Jenkins, thank you so much for watching. I will definitely send you guys a copy of the plan. If you want a copy of what I presented today so you can write out your personal vision, personal plan, like I said, please put I do, or you want a copy of the plan, or message me and I will send it to you according to the platform that you wanted me to send it to you via email. I can send it to you. So I will definitely do that. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for taking out your Thursday night to spend with me and to learn a little bit about your personal vision. As I always say, if there's any topics or anything you want to learn more about, please message me and I will definitely build a talk. I will build a talk. My viewers will tell you, I will build a talk around whatever you want to learn more about, whatever you're struggling with. Again, this platform is designed to serve you, right? And to give you the tools and techniques that you need in order to be able to move forward in life. Good evening, Caroline. Thank you for joining. I will definitely send that to you. I have your email already. Deirdre, I will definitely send that to you. So again, this platform is to serve you. So let me know what you need to learn more about, and I'll be more than happy to build a talk around it just to meet your personal needs. If I just serve one person, that's what I want to do. It's not about the numbers. If it's just one person that come on and I can speak to that one person, I will definitely do that. Any support and accountability that someone needs on anything, message me. I'd be more than happy to talk to you or to have a conversation with you about anything you need help and support with, okay? This is my gift. This is what I love to do. This is what I'm passionate about. So again, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. And again, for those who are watching the replay, if you want to get a copy of this, just put I do in there. I'll get the notification or send me a message and I'll be more than happy to send it to you guys. Thank you. God bless. Have a great night. Bye.